How does the state board relate to the federal Department of Education, to the executive and legislative branches of state government, and to local and regional school boards? Now, I realize you're talking from Ohio, and this will vary somewhat from state to state, but in general, it will apply.
Right. So the State Board of Education really doesn't have anything to do with the Federal Department of Education. Federal dollars are passed through the State Department of Education. So that's the only contact we have with the feds. The feds have their mandates. They have testing requirements, all those other things that they bring down from the federal level. That all goes through the department, and you have your bureaucrats at the department who handle all of those things. And that's why it's very important for the State Board of Education to hire a very good superintendent of public instruction, because that person is the one who implements all of these programs and plans and does the pass-through dollars. The executive branch drives its own priorities. We are not a member of the executive branch. I work very closely with Governor Kasich on early childhood, and it was a fabulous thing. But it was not something where he directed what we did.
Yeah.
He worked closely with his appointees, so they brought things to the table, which were considered, and quite often we would agree, and quite often we wouldn't. So it was a good thing. The board works with the legislature on education policy. I was very privileged to be married to a state legislator who was in the legislature at the time. So I developed a very good rapport with the state legislators, both the House. My husband was also in the Senate, and I work very closely with the senators, and I still enjoy that today. I have a very close relationship with them today, and we do discuss education issues for that. Local and regional boards, we are a local control state. So the local boards are in charge of the curriculum that they provide for their students. Of course, that has to go along with the standards that the state mandates be followed. So I think it all works very nicely in Ohio. Regarding curriculum, we have a model curriculum that was developed by the Department of Education for Ohio, and so it serves as a model for the district to look to. It's not set in stone. That's not what they have to do. It's just what you can do if you wish to do that. But it's also at the local level. They're responsible for the materials that they purchase to provide instruction to the children. And that really is the key. Yeah. It's the actual instructional materials that you present to a child that develops their education. Yeah. So that's where parents, in my mind, come in. Parents need to review the educational curriculum materials that their children are provided, and need to go through it with a fine-tooth comb, because unfortunately there are so many things that are printed today that are inappropriate for children to be exposed to. And that's my feeling, but I've seen it, and you know when it's right and you know when it's not.
Yeah.